It's been a long time, but you're actually getting me. And the biggest news that I've kept up with, and probably y'all too, is Charlie Kirk. Of course, he was assassinated last week, or earlier this week, last week. A week ago today, if I remember, or a week ago yesterday. And anyway, I really only kept up with him through conservative channels that I watch all the time. I don't know about y'all. And my favorite part about Charlie Kirk, other than his Christian values, which him and Carol Swain both just make me embarrassed for myself as to their commitment to God. But anyway, I guess I'm what I would call a backslider when it comes to my Christianity. I do the best I can, but I have to ask forgiveness several times an hour generally. And probably you do too. I mean, we're all supposed to several times a day, but I'm sure I do far more than anyone else. But it's tragic what happened to him. And everybody's trying not to forget that young Ukrainian woman on the tram or whatever it was in Charlotte, North Carolina, Irina, whatever her last name was. She was very pretty. I don't know what her life could have been had that not happened to her, but I hope that guy gets run through a wood chipper. Anyway, what else are we going to talk about? Charlie Kirk, I'm pretty sure we haven't heard the end of this, and it's probably hardly even been dug into, but I don't think it's as simple as what you're hearing on the news if you're keeping up with it at all. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a bigger conspiracy at hand. A lot of these people that have been shooting people have been tied to like the FBI or CIA or whatever. There's no proof to that, but it's funny how these conspiracy theories always turn out to be conspiracy fact at some point. So we'll find out, I guess, in the days and weeks coming. If I look pretty crappy, it's because I'm getting ready to go outside and do some work here in a little while. Fall's coming, and I got a trailer that needs some work, and I've got some wood around the house that needs to be dealt with for firewood. And we got a big order of firewood the other day, but I got some stuff lingering from out back that needs to be cut up and moved for next year's bundle. And then once it gets cold enough and all this greenery starts dying, I can get down and get some trees that have fallen and cut those up for next year. Let those start seasoning a little bit. So I got that ahead of me today, so I'm not really worried about how I look right now. I doubt if y'all really care anyway. And I want to talk about my absence. I've been gone quite a bit because I'm really lazy. I don't yet enjoy doing this, but I'm doing research all the time about how to make better videos, because I know everybody likes to be kept on hook, so to speak, and have something to anticipate. But it's going to be a long time until I'm predictable, I imagine. I keep promising everybody things that I don't deliver, and I'm sorry about that. I'm used to having to deliver quite a bit for a long time, and now that I guess I'm retired, something inside me just clicked, and I don't have that obligation anymore. So if you feel like I'm letting you down, I'm sorry, and I'm very thankful that I have 13 subscribers. That's not much, but it's more than the 5 or 6 I had a year or so ago. And I think most of that is due to these AI music video things that I've created. And that's another promise that I made to you, is that I'm going to show you how to do that, and I am. And I'm also trying to work on how to tell you stories that keep you on the edge of your seat, so to speak. We'll see how that goes. I haven't even gotten around to reading the one book that I need to read. So we'll see about getting that done for you. A while back I made a video about this house and the new roof that we had put on and the skylights that came as part of the package. Of course, we paid for all of it separately, but sorry. Anyway, it doesn't look like a single person watched it. And then somebody in this house made me take it down because they didn't understand that I'd cut off all the metadata to not show people where we live. Which, if any of y'all are my friends, you already know where I live. So there's that, and anybody else, you don't need to know anyway. Sorry. But anyway, so I was made to take it down. If you didn't ever see it, which it doesn't look like anybody ever watched it, Anyway, it's very nice, and you can probably tell the inside lighting that I'm getting just from the skylights behind me and in front of me right now. There's one on the front of the roof, front of the house, and one on the back of the house. And the one on the back is kind of over my head right now, about 12 or 13 feet over me. We didn't go for those roof skylights because we were told they leak more than the others do. By the way, I've got other channels, and every one of those are going to have to be found organically. There's currently 3 of them. One of them has absolutely nothing going on. And I think it might have had 1 view, if I remember right. I can't remember. But it's basically not even going. I don't even know if I've taken it offline temporarily. But it needs to be perfected, and there's a whole lot going on that needs to happen with that. And one of them I'm starting new, which I'm not going to describe it either. I had a kids channel going, but either that one's just going to die off naturally, or I'm going to change it to something else, or I'm going to get off my ass and start making those videos. I made several videos, and it became pretty popular there for a while, but then it just died off. You're hearing my dogs bark in the background.
5 minutes later.
Okay, where was I? I have other channels. One of them is going to be like a suspense mystery thing, and like I said, all these are going to have to be found organically. One of them is, I'm just going to say literary. And then I have a children's channel, which that one's not really going anywhere suddenly. I had 3 subscribers on it, and they watched several videos. Somebody did, kids or parents or something, and then they just forgot about my channel, because I admit it's not very exciting. I haven't made very good videos yet. This whole AI thing, I don't know if y'all are struggling with it like I am, but I'm trying to learn, and it's not simply because of my age. It's just because it's a whole new concept, at least to me. I haven't kept up with any of that crap. But anyway, I'm trying to learn the best I can. I managed to make several music videos. They're not really videos yet, but I'm going to work on that next. But you can create songs pretty easily. And that's, by the way, I encourage all y'all to make a YouTube channel. It's not hard. It's very easy, actually. And you're going to be very self-conscious like I am. Everybody is, actually. And if you're not, you're just a natural at it. But I don't know what to say about how it'll make you feel, because I don't know how I feel about it, actually. It's a lot of work, and don't be fooled that it's not. But you can make them very simply. You see some of these, a lot of us see these liberal meltdown videos where people are just sitting in their car and just going off because they can't stand Trump and they can't stand Elon Musk and blah, blah, blah. And those are funny to me and a lot of other people. But anyway, it's as simple as that to make a video. A lot of people make these TikTok videos, which I don't know why anybody even gets on that app, but I admit that I did once back about 4 or 5 years ago. I had it for, I don't know, about 3 months, and then it just so happened I needed to get rid of my phone anyway because I was getting a new one, so I just reset my phone to factory reset and sold it. Every time you send a message or a phone call or anything to somebody and you've got TikTok on your phone, you're sending everybody that virus. So I don't mess with TikTok, and I don't think anybody should, but that's just my personal opinion. Anyway, so I've got those channels, and I guess the last thing I want to talk about today is travel. Before I got married, I was on a path, so to speak, to see all the world. Little by little, I was focused in Europe. I'd already been to Mexico once, or I've been a couple of times, but down to Cabo. And that was in my earlier days. Then I went to Europe, and I got hooked on that, and I had so many places that I wanted to go, and every time I'd come back, I'd think of a new place I wanted to go. And I never got to see any of those, and of course I got married, and my wife's not interested in travel, at least not to the extent where it's more important than paying the bills. Which it's not more important than paying the bills, but you know what I mean, I hope. So, we don't travel. In fact, we've been in this house 7 years now. And 7 years ago, we left Tennessee to come here, and that's the last place I've ever been anywhere. I originally wanted to see all of Europe and eventually see other countries, like some of Asia, and maybe even go to Russia one day, which is kind of Europe, but not really. And my last bit of touring was ever going to be here in the United States. And I was wanting to see a lot of sites that everybody has seen, but I haven't seen them. And, you know, within a few hours drive from here is the covered bridges of Madison County that they made a movie about. We haven't seen that. The dogs are always to blame. And to an extent, I agree with that, because you can't just take them to these places. And our two dogs, as you might have heard a couple of minutes ago, will bark their ass off. You cannot leave them in a motel room, which we'd get thrown out immediately. And so you can't really leave them, so that's a problem. You'd have to have them boarded here in town before we left, or leave them with a friend, which I wouldn't put that on anybody. So we don't travel. We haven't been anywhere. Within a day's drive from here are the Badlands, and also Mount Rushmore, which I would like to see. I'm sure I'll live just fine if I don't ever see the Grand Canyon. That wasn't on my bucket list anyway, even though a lot of people have seen it. But there's just so many things that you could see. Right this minute is a really good time to go to Washington, D.C., which has never really been of interest to me either. But if you wanted to go, now's a good time to go. Anyway, I've got some things I need to be doing outside, and I just wanted to get this made and say hi to y'all and let you know I'm still here. And I will get around to making a video to show you how to make songs, or make songs with videos to the extent that I've made them a video so far. You can do it on a computer, and you can do it on your phone or a tablet. Basically, you're going to use either ChatGPT or GPT or Grok, which are the two main AIs that most people use. You can tell it what kind of song you want and give it a few details and tell it what kind of genre you would like it to be. And it will write you a song with all the lyrics and everything. Then you go over to Suno, which is another AI app, and you plug it in there, and it'll produce two results. And you can do all these for free as long as you got internet of some type. And anyway, then you'll have a song, and then you can take it from there and get you what I've done so far is just get a photo and do the editing in such a way that it makes the photo last throughout the entirety of the song. But really, I'd like to make an actual video, and I'm going to be working on those. So I want to show everybody how to do that, and I'm going to show some people on the computer and on the phone how to do it, because you can do both. Anyway, I'm thinking about y'all, and hope everybody's doing well, and I appreciate my 13 subscribers, and I'm sorry I've been away and I've been lazy. We'll get back to you. Bye.